And I can't stop recommending this enough. You really should just get Masterclass purely to listen to Bill Clinton's thing. He's good. He's really good at speaking. That's about it. Maybe just listen to more of him on Conan O'Brien. I don't know. I like listening to him, is what I'm saying. Did I make that clear enough? No, I don't think I have. Hillary Clinton was the Queen as well. Never thought that before. But they're married, so she must be all right. Okay? I like the Clintons a lot. This has got to be the most unpopular opinion on the internet. And let me add this in as well. Pizzagate's silly. Not that it didn't happen, just that it didn't. Who cares? Just let them do what they want, Well, look, all I'm saying is he's an extremely charming man and he has some great insights. And like actually a lot of US presidents, because to get to that level, obviously, you have to be an extremely impressive person. But he had one where he was arguing, and I'm going to do the Bill Clinton speech again because I just like doing his accent. That's the only reason I'm doing this anyway, is to just get him one more poke. Did you know I'm good at doing voices? Well, I am, and I won't hear otherwise. But, it's self-proclaimed. He was talking about how this one time we couldn't get past the supply bill. And so I went down to the Senate and I said, y'all been fussing and feuding about this for months. And I think I got something that might change your perspective on things. And then I took out one of the moon rocks that Neil Armstrong successfully took back from the moon, and I plonked it on the table and I said, gentlemen, that rock is 65 million years old. We only got a few fleeting moments in here. How about we get something done? And that, you could feel, changed the perspective of everybody in the room and made them work in a more harmonious way. And I think he's right. Because even him pointing that out, even him saying, look at this rock, did you feel yourself change a little bit when he said, look at that? Because I feel it every time. That is not the first time I've obviously heard that, because I just repeated it to you, you fucking idiot. I've heard it before. Yeah? You want to find about it? Do you know what I do in my time? No, you don't. So take my word for it and I'll take yours on things, yeah? We're going to be friends. Sound like a deaf person. I think that's something that's actually really important. And now that I've flashed through to it, a lot of successful people, when you're reading their biographies, they do have some historical artifact or something like a moon rock or an old something or other on their desk. And now I realise why. It's because it does instantly center you. There is one thing that I think everybody craves for at a base level, and that is just a feeling of inner peace. Because when you have a feeling of inner peace, you can properly assess what is happening around you correctly. Now, we've talked about anchoring before and that you can just do that by staring at a lamppost, but wouldn't it be nice to have something that anchors you in that feeling of you're here for a fleeting moment? This too shall pass. This too shall be inconsequential. How about you do your best while you're here to make something that is even slightly consequential 1,000 years from now? 1,000,000 years. After a while, I suppose it'd just erode in time, but maybe not, because if you do those little things, your little contributory actions, everybody doing their all little contributory actions, that would move to a trajectory. It's kind of just, cities and civilizations are sort of just an organism, aren't they? And all the little people in there are little blood cells. So I'm just saying that you should probably aim to be one of the good blood cells that, fights them off. Is it the white ones? I don't know. Look, I was in year 4 once. I wasn't here to take a year 4 quiz. I don't know why you're putting me on the spot like this. Especially when I'm trying to give you advice. It's pretty cunty, really. But anyway, I had resolved to do that. Because, did you know, I don't know if you do, what am I going to say? I like the Byzantines. I hate how obsessive I am, but I can't shut up about them. I have just been obsessively reading about them because it's just a whole 1,000 years that I completely forgot about. Now, look, I'm just getting to the meat of it here, right? At the moment, that's what's fascinating me. And I think it might have all just led to this one point, which is I'm buying one of those little Christian crosses that they used to have around them, and then they'd etch in a little alien Jesus on the front. Or maybe I'll just get one of those little Virgin Marys that they have or something. But I want some Byzantine artifact. And if anyone knows where you're supposed to get these that are legitimate, by the way, that would really help me out. Does anyone collect antiques? Where the fuck do you get them? Hey? Stop hiding this stuff from me. On purpose. Can you? Can you help a brother out? Can you also help out by signing up to Jordan Shanks, where you'll be getting more life-changing pieces of advice? But if you can afford it, I think that actually is probably a really good investment, because you hear this story a lot. From a lot of the biographies that I've read of the successful people over the years, they all have something, some little historical thing around them to put their life in perspective, routinely. Because when you put your life into perspective, when you calm down, when the stresses of the day, it's just... the worst life you can live is one of those rats in a burrow going, need food. Reacting, constantly reacting. What you need is something that is going to center you so that you can step back and think, all right, where am I going from here? Can I think this far ahead into the future? Is that possible? You will notice this, that all the great leaders of civilization, well, not all of them, there's some social civilization movements that I suppose they were kind of just working with the time, but in terms of governance, right? The big picture leaders are the ones that are thinking 100 years into the future. That's actually why China is so successful, is because they were training their bureaucrats to think centuries, not next election term, centuries in advance. When you're able to do that, and if you notice this is what Asian civilization is all about. It's all about trying to look at the big picture. The best way to do that is to start from ground zero. So, if you can't afford a historical artifact like me, thanks to your contributions to Jordan Shanks, make sure that I can collect more Byzantine antiques in the future by signing up. But you'll also be helping yourself out immensely. You think of a better investment of that little amount of money. You won't find it. There is not a better investment. You want to put that money in stocks? Watch it go down the gurgler. Put it in me. Right. Anyway, you should be doing that. You should be finding your own little moon rock. It could even just be a really old piece of petrified wood. I think that even costs like $10. Right? Anything at all. Something around you that is extremely old. Just to put your life into, you're not going to be here forever. So, and it doesn't really matter. They've got to add those things in as well, of course. Anyway, thanks so much. Make sure you sign up to Jordan Shanks, like and subscribe. Love you to bits, doll.